Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are here to go over our budget results for the month of May. And just a little disclaimer, I am filming this after 11 o'clock at night on Tuesday. So just FYI, if I seem a little out of it or tired, or if what I am saying does not make sense, it is because I am filming this so late, but it's literally the only time that I could squeeze in to get this done, so please bear with me. But thankfully, we did not have a ton of transactions since the last time we checked in, which was Friday. So we did do our monthly grocery shopping for the month of June over the weekend, and we're just counting that towards June's groceries. So no grocery transactions. We didn't need to fill up our gas. We actually filled up today, which will count for June. And then no household, no eating out, everything was good to go there. The only thing that did happen is the APS bill did come out, so I just went ahead and marked that right in the monthly view, so it's ready to go. So today we are going to obviously go over the budget. There's a little hair stuck on there. There we go. So we're going to go over the budget, close all of that out, and then we're also going to close out our sinking funds today. So let's go ahead and start with the budget. And the first thing I'm going to do is mark that we had zero miscellaneous income. That's really just a placeholder. It's not common that we actually have miscellaneous income, but I just like to put a little placeholder there just in case something out of the norm happens. So our actual was the $7,271.15. So that is good to go. And then if you are not familiar, so if you're new here, I use what I have dubbed the Prosper Budget method, which is something I came up with. It's essentially being 1 month ahead on your finances using the current month's income to pay the next month's bills. That's why you'll see up here that it says April income. So that's everything I earned between my full-time job and my side business in the month of April. I save it all up and then I transfer it into our main family checking account, and then we're good to go. So I do that, and then I also do take the percentages. I like to budget by percentage to make sure that we are saving the proper amount and all that kind of stuff. Right now we're really focusing on just savings because we're trying to build up our emergency fund by the end of the year. Our goal is to have $25,000 saved in our emergency fund by the end of the year, so we're trying to be very aggressive about that. Savings also does include sinking funds in there too. So yeah, so that's essentially how that works. And then whatever I have left over goes to rollover, which would go towards the next month's income, or in this case it went to something else, and I'll explain that in just a little bit. But as far as fixed expenses are concerned, all of those were just exactly as planned. There was nothing out of the norm that happened there, which is always really nice. So we can just go ahead and leave that one be. And then for grocery, or well, here, let's go ahead and put in our bills first. So gym, T-Mobile, APS. So our gym was $96.86, which was more than what we anticipated. So I'm gonna write that in red. 96, now I already forgot. 96.86. 86, and then I'm fairly certain T-Mobile was, yeah, and then 142.52. 142.52. I'm gonna write that in green because that was under. 142.52, and then 133 for T-Mobile. Okay, so that is good. And then for grocery, last week we had $784 remaining, so we are actually under on grocery. I mean, yeah, this weekend we did go grocery shopping, but like I said, all of that got used for June. So $784 remaining means that we spent $592. $592.16. And then for gas, I believe we're over, right? Yeah, by 30 cents. So we spent $150.30 on gas. $150.30. Household, we were $137 over and we budgeted $100, so we spent $101.37. Eating out, we were $9.91 over, which means we spent $209.91. And then commission was still $0. We did not take out any commission money for Maddie. And then unbudgeted, we did have an expense for unbudgeted for $75.74, and I honestly cannot remember what that was. So $75.74. What was that for? I honestly don't remember, but oh well. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just add all of those up to figure out what our total was. I do want to mention that the July kits, I did change this around a little bit to have an over and under column. I somehow had forgotten to put that in here, or, you know, I don't know exactly what I was thinking, but yeah. The July kits will have an over and under. This is the Prosper Budget Method specific insert for my method of budgeting if you want to replicate it. So, okay, so let's go ahead and add this up. So $96.86 plus $133 plus $142.52 plus $592.16 plus $150.30 plus $101.37, $209.91, and $75.74. So we were over by 150. Well, actually, I'm gonna write that in red. So 1501.86. So let me just double check my math there real quick. So 96.86 plus 133, 142.52, 592.16, 150.30, 101.37, 209.91, and 75.74. So yeah, $1,501.86. So I'm going to start writing in my amounts here. So our income was as expected, $7,271.15. For expenses, we will add the $2,009.81, and that was a total of $3,511.67, which was a total of $78.41 over. 78.41. And again, let me just double check real quick. So 3,511.67 minus 78.41. Yep, okay. And then total savings, that did not change. 3,272.02. And then this was 0 and 0. And so our total rollover, let's see, 7271, 15, minus 3511, 67, minus 327202 is 487. 487.46. So in theory, if we add that 78.41, yeah, it'll equal that. And I accidentally marked that. 565.87. So we'll just write 78.41 less than expected. So that rollover actually went to getting an e-bike for Andrew. It'll be the rollover plus he earned a paycheck in May from Costco because he did start working again in May. And then we're also going to put most of his income, I believe, towards the bike in June as well. So his income will start going directly into our emergency fund. Well, I haven't actually decided yet if we're going to count his income as like income or if we're just gonna immediately squirrel his money that he earns at Costco into the emergency fund. I haven't really decided yet. I still have to talk to him about that. But all of his income for June essentially is going to go towards his e-bike. So we currently are a one-car family, and the warehouse that he works at is close enough to where he can ride a bike, but this is an electronic bike, so it goes up to 35 miles per hour. It's almost like having a little moped, if you will. So he's gonna use that to get to work and back so that I have the car for the girls. If we like want to go somewhere or if I need to take them somewhere or whatever it may be. So that will be really nice. It's supposed to ship here at the end of June. So yeah, so that's where that rollover money went. It did not go to our income for the month of June. So just FYI on that. And then the next thing we're gonna do before we rate the month and everything is we are going to close out our sinking funds. So the first thing I'm going to look at is Andrew, and I'm just going to use my little highlighter here, and I think I'm just going to highlight in this like green color. Why not? So for Andrew, I'm just going to go through and find all of his. And we'll add them up. So he took out 100 cash, and then he ended up going over his personal money a little bit. 975. So his sinking fund ended at 113.92 is what he spent. So he is currently negative by $13.92. And then next we'll look at beauty. So for beauty, I had a lash fill for $65. And then I had my cut and color for my hair for $135. And I didn't do that all the way over, I don't think. Yeah. So we'll just do that. Okay. And then I had another lash fill for $80. And so a total of $280 was spent. $280. And then we started out with, let's see, $105 in there. And then we added a $160 and then spent $280. So we are negative $15 in beauty. And then birthdays and gifts. is the next one. So we spent $50 on a gift card for my stepdad's birthday. And then I purchased some Mother's Day gifts for my mom and my grandma for $95.15. I had to pay a fee to transfer the massages I had on file at Massage Envy over to my friends so that the three of us could go get massages for Mother's Day, and that was $20. And then Andrew got me Warbreaker as a Mother's Day gift, and that was $18.97. And then we got flowers for everybody, lots of flowers, and that was $54.23. And it looks like that was it for birthdays and gifts. So $238.35 is what was spent, and then we had $200, so we were over by $38.35. Now, moving forward, I know this looks really bad. We're negative in almost in everything so far. I am personally okay with that. I don't want to make a habit out of it, so it's something we are going to improve upon and work on improving moving forward, because this month we did, I feel like, not pay close enough attention. But I also am totally okay with going over if we need to. In some of these cases, I feel like with gifts and stuff, I tried to estimate how much we'd spent. That's why I put a pretty big amount in there, because I knew we would be spending quite a bit on gifts. And then for like obviously I didn't estimate enough. And then for my lash fills, I ended up doing like an extra 30-minute session, which I didn't plan on doing. So if I hadn't done that, then we would have been completely like break even on everything. And then, yeah, so something we're gonna just, you know, work on moving forward. And then for car, I do not believe we had anything. Yeah, we didn't have anything for the car, so that's good. I know we're gonna have to take it in for an oil change relatively soon, but we have $150 in there. And then same for Christmas. I do not believe we had anything for Christmas, so that will be $0. And that means we have $100 sitting in there. Clothing for Andrew, he did not spend anything on clothing, neither did I. The girls, we did spend $74.53. So I'm just gonna mark that off real quick. I got the girls, like, well, I got Julia jammies and summer shoes, so $74.53. 7453, and then 0 and 0. So Andrew has $50 in his clothing, and then the girls are over by $24.53, and I have $50 in my clothing. Okay, and then we go to Costco. So Costco, we had planned on putting $300 in June for our quarterly haul, and then it just ended up being that we went like the last weekend in May. So if we had gone the first weekend in June, we wouldn't be negative right now, because, you know, you guys will see. So we spent a total of $938.30. Let me just mark that off real quick. $938.30 on our quarter two Costco haul. $938.30, which is actually technically under budget, because we budget $1,000 every 3 months for Costco to go and just really, you know, stock up on like meats and household items and things like that, just so that we have a surplus on hand at all times. And we like to do that just in case any emergencies arise or whatever it may be. That's kind of our way of thinking about it. So And then throughout the month, like we will, you know, kind of shop from our own freezer and pantry and everything, and all that kind of stuff. So everything gets used up. But we're technically for May over by $238.30, but again, we're gonna put $300 in there in June, so that will put it back at a positive balance, and then we'll start saving again for our next quarterly haul, which will be in September. So next we have entertainment, and let's see, I did the Mother's Day dinner when I went to my mom's house for $31.31. And then we had a couple transactions here for Mother's Day. I went with my friends, Roxy and Kelsey. We went and got our massages. So that was a tip for the massage. And then we went to this really, really good bakery that's close to us. And the best coffee, like the best coffee I have ever had. So good. And then they had these really unique, like, pastries and things like that, like homemade Pop-Tarts and stuff, and cookies. So my stepdad and my niece and nephew, they came over to watch Maddie and Julia while I went to get massages. So I got the girls something, and then I also got something for Alyssa and Jordan to have like a little treat. So, and then the last thing was Andrew went out for drinks, and that was $10. So let's see, so $31.31, $15.06, $15, and $10. So $71.37 is what was spent. And let me just double check that real quick so I can make sure that I'm not messing this up. So yeah. So, and now I just, let's see, so 31, I swear it's late. Okay, so 31, 31, 15, 06, 15, and 10. 71.37. Okay. So 71.37, and we put $100 in there. So that means we have $28.63 remaining in that account. Okay. So moving right along, family pictures, we did not get any family pictures, so $25 is remaining in that account. And then holidays, nothing came out of there. One sinking fund that we are considering adding is like summer fun or something like that, because we're thinking about putting Maddie in like swim lessons, and then we were thinking about doing like tumbling or something like that for Julia, just something to like keep them busy, because in Arizona it gets really hot in the summertime, and so like taking the kids to indoor activities is really important, just to kind of get their wiggles out and all that kind of stuff. So okay, and then house maintenance, we did get new shower heads for our showers, for the girl shower and our master bathroom shower. I think the downstairs shower we're just gonna leave alone for now, but the shower heads that came with our house are just awful. Like, they're just awful. So we got shower heads from Costco. They're the Moen brand, and it's a really nice shower head. They were like $80, and it's a nice big round shower head with also like a handheld one. It's like a magnetic handheld one. So we still need to install them, but I seriously cannot wait, because our shower heads right now are just, they're just really bad. So I'm really excited about that. So we decided to pick up the shower heads because showering is something we do very frequently, and it would be nice to enjoy it. So that was our justification for that. So that was $160 for those two shower heads. And I think eventually we will switch out the one that's downstairs, because I personally like to shower downstairs every now and then, but I think for now we will just leave it be. One thing we've been talking about doing is installing like a sliding barn door in our master bathroom, because Right now it's just totally open. So if I get up super early in the morning to shower and Andrew's still sleeping, like the light is gonna shine in on him and stuff. So I think it'd be nice to do that. And that's part of the reason why I like to shower downstairs, is like if I get up early and need to shower and everyone's still sleeping, it's just good for me to like kind of come downstairs and not have to worry about noise as much. And then also the light like waking Andrew up. So anyways, we'll see what we decide to do with that. Okay, and then school, we had a couple transactions. So we did get Maddie's teacher a end of year gift. And then we also got the crosswalk ladies, oops, wrong one. We got the crosswalk ladies some like Starbucks refresher drinks. So it was $34.60. And that means that we are negative in school as well. So $88.90 is what was spent. And that means we were negative $38.90. Okay, and then for my pocket money, I had purchased some books at the very start of the month from Target during one of their sales, and that was $95.46. And then I did some giving for $14.29. So a total of $109.75. Oops. 109.75, and that means that I am over by $9.75. All right, technology, electronics, that's like, you know, new TVs or cell phones eventually, things like that. But that, we did not take anything out, so $50 remains in there. And then we have, oh, I forgot to mark off house maintenance. So I'll make sure to do that. And then the last thing is our vacation. So we are going out of town in July for a little vacation. We rented an Airbnb up north and I'm really excited about it, just to escape the heat for a little bit and kind of get away with the girls and stuff. I think it'll be really, really nice. So that was $383.16. $383.16, and that means we have $116.84 remaining in that account. So the next thing I'm going to do is just add all of the minuses and then add the ending balances, and then hopefully everything will check out. This was actually, our beginning balance was actually $505. I'd forgotten that I had a beginning balance for beauty and Costco with the cash, because we used to, that's written very sloppy, we used to have like cash sinking funds for those. I don't know if you guys remember that or not, or if you've seen those videos, but yeah. So let me go ahead and add these up and then we'll check the numbers. Okay, so I was able to add all of the transactions that came out and then what our ending balances were. These are the two numbers that I got, and so the big test is to add the beginning balance to what was added to the sinking funds, subtract what was spent, and then hopefully we end up with this number over here. So 505 plus 2272.02 minus 2458.28. And yay, we match. So now our sinking funds are closed out and ready to go, which is great. So yeah, that is how May went. As far as rating the month is concerned, the one thing I feel like we did pretty good up here. I mean, only being over budget by $78 is, in my eyes, like really not bad at all. So I feel really good about that. But the one area where I definitely feel like we could improve is the sinking funds. Making sure we're kind of keeping a closer eye on those, that we're not spending like a ton unnecessarily and stuff like that. Like I mentioned before, I'm okay with things going negative, and like in the grand scheme of things, this wasn't super, super negative. It appears that way because of the Costco timing and everything like that. But as I mentioned earlier, in June, we had planned to put $300 towards Costco, which would have brought it to a $1,000 balance. And we just decided to go to Costco this last week in May because the timing just worked out better that way and everything. So yeah, that's kind of how that ended up being what it was. But overall though, I feel like we didn't do so bad there, but definitely something I would like to keep an eye on. I mean, ultimately we did spend like, you know, close to $2,500 out of our sinking funds, which is intense. I mean, granted, a lot of that was our huge Costco haul, and then also the vacation there, the big chunk came out of there. Normally those things would sit there a little bit more. Also, I did get my hair done, so that was a big expense. And then we did have a lot of like gifts and like birthdays and things like that that happened in May as well. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and give us 2 stars for the month. So I'm just gonna color that in. I feel like that's pretty fair because I feel like, you know, there are definitely things that we can work on improving and all that good stuff. So I don't really like the way that that turned out, but I'm too tired to fix it. So it is what it is. But yeah, so 2 stars for the month. So yay, May is closed out and ready to go, and it is almost midnight. I did it. This Friday will be my June budget, so stay tuned for that. I did get that finalized today as well, on the first day of June. So yay for that. But yeah, so that's where we are at right now. That's how May went. So let me know in the comments down below, how did May go for you guys? Were you able to accomplish your goals? Let me know down below. I'd love to chat with you guys about that. If there's something that you could improve upon in June, let me know what that is as well. As I mentioned, ours is just going to be kind of keeping a closer eye on our sinking funds. I think that would be good. But yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to catch all my future videos, and I will chat with y'all later. Bye.